This local sports report is brought to you by Peter Izzio from Izzio Financial Solutions, helping you ensure financial stability for your family or business. Call Peter today for expert advice from an experienced advisor. Call now to book an appointment at 519-576-5410.
Jackson Yanchus is a local football coach with the Cambridge Lions and Wilfrid Laurier University, and he recently started a platform called Three Down Development. Jackson, tell us a little bit about Three Down.
Yeah, Darren. So, my main idea with Three Down Development was just to try and give athletes and coaches something that they can look at home, online, on their phone, to try and improve their game as a football player. I think if you go online right now, if you Google, different stuff and you look for film out there, there's a lot on the American game, and there's just not very much on that's out there for Canadian players and coaches to try and develop, in the Canadian context. So that was kind of the goal with starting it, and even really just as a challenge, for myself to learn a little bit more about, the video editing side of things and that. So it's been fun, and so far, I'm really happy with how things are going.
This is a passion project for you, I think, Jackson, because you are a football guy through and through. You live and you eat and you breathe the game. And ever since I've known you, that's sort of been your style and who you are. Why is this important to you, though?
I think for me, really, the passion comes from the teaching side of it. I've been really fortunate to work with and be coached by and to coach with a lot of great people, and to meet a lot of great people through the game of football. And, I think football there's such a draw to the game because it's such a challenge to get 12 guys in the Canadian game to all work together and execute skills and systems as a unit. And, there's so much that goes into teaching that, and it makes it a really fun and meaningful game to coach. And there's also so much new in the game, whether it's come out in the last couple of years or different ways to try and play the game. And I think there's a ton you can find on the American perspective there, but taking some of that guys might see on Saturdays and Sundays, whether it's, CFL on Friday night or college football on Saturday afternoon, or the NFL game or the OUA and U Sport game, there's just less out there for high school and community coaches to access and develop. And that was kind of the goal, is to try and use some of the connections that I've been fortunate to have and some of the experiences I've been fortunate to be a part of, and to try and reach out and give that back to the high school and community coaches.
It's been great to see it grow over the last couple of weeks since you started this. What's the response been like from fellow coaches or some of the players? This is a development tool for the Canadian game. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's been fun. Like I never really got into it thinking, I want this to blow up and be, some big thing. I'm just, for people that are out there looking, and I'm the son of a high school coach, and I remember driving to Buffalo to go to coaching clinics and getting whether it's American film or trying to get coaching all 22 film and stuff like that. And I just remember looking and there not being anything really out there for the Canadian game. So for me, it's gone great so far. We've got a lot of community coaches that have given me some great feedback. Whether it's from Cora football up north in Ontario, or even some high schools out in BC. And so it's a small following right now, but right now it's just all about me trying to get quality content out there for people that are interested, and we'll see where it goes.
I think it's really cool too that you've been able to utilize coaches that obviously Zach Scotto's your partner in crime, not only at Laurier but with the Cambridge Lions, but Matt Nesbitt, who's now with Queen's University in the Gales, won a Yates Cup a number of years back with the Guelph Griffins, Randy Beardy with the Windsor Lancers. You've sort of brought together province coaches from around the province in order to even just provide different insight or hear a different voice. Those are neat videos too. And I think, any voice is sort of a good voice in terms of teaching, and especially with the knowledge that all of you have together, that's what you're putting out there. So, it's not only a Waterloo region-based thing, you've also extended it, to Queens and down to Windsor and into different places as well.
Yeah, I'm super fortunate that everyone I've contacted really, I to come on and teach the game has been really open, and have spent time, thinking about the questions and coming up with, whether it's, I did one with Charlie Taggart today, Laurier's assistant D-line coach, finding film on their own that they can bring on and to help teach concepts and stuff. And those guys, it's been fun. I was laughing. My first two main videos with guests are all about O-line. I'm gonna have to diversify that, I think. But those guys came on and did a great job. And there's also just a lot of really good Canadian coaches that I don't think you always get access to hearing from. Right? It's a shorter season. There's not a lot of like ESPN interviewing Nick Saban in April. You know what I mean? That like you see in the States. So I've been super fortunate that the guys that I've reached out to, I got Chris Aki coming on later this week. Coach Tommy, who's formerly with Waterloo as their running backs coach, who just recently took the St. Mary's OC job, is coming on later this week too. So, I've been super fortunate that those guys have given up their time, and they've put in a ton of effort too in terms of making that product really good. So we're definitely excited to hopefully keep getting more guests and keep finding more ways to help people out.
How can you translate this to the teams that you're with right now, the Cambridge Lions and the Laurier Golden Hawks, and what kind of impact are you hoping to make, Jackson?
Obviously it helps in terms of, getting our brand out there and in the community, people maybe, oh, hey, that's the guy from 3 Down Development, or I saw Coach Scotto on 3 Down Development. A lot of these other coaches too, it's great publicity for them, a chance to recruit and show that what they know. But really, I mean, we've obviously in this situation that everyone's in right now, it just kind of kept coming to me that there's so many kids right now that are looking for football and we can't give it to them the way that we'd like to. But whether those are guys that I coach in the summer, or guys that I coach at Laurier. And so I just started doing more things with video, and I thought, hey, why not? It's a good learning experience for me, and it's a great way for me to connect with these other coaches across the country and learn from them as well. And that's the biggest thing. I mean, it's not really about what I know. It's just about getting the people, in the room and sitting down and talking football, talking shop, as Coach Beardy would say, and learning. So, it's been super fortunate, or I've been super fortunate to have the response from the coaches and even back from the athletes so far has been great. So if it helps, the guys in our organizations, that's awesome. But it's just, if there's those motivated, dedicated football players or coaches out there that right now have a little time on their hands to do more than they might normally do, that's kind of the goal, and we'll build from there.
Where can you find out more? I've seen you on Instagram. I've seen you on Twitter. You've got a YouTube channel as well. Tell us how people can watch the videos and see what you guys are doing.
Yeah, so you can check us out and subscribe on YouTube. Just search for 3 Down Development. And then we're on Instagram at 3 Down Development, and our Twitter is at 3 Down Dev. So like the number 3 down and DEV.
Appreciate the time, Jackson. Best of luck with 3 Down Development. Great chatting about it and learning more about it. I think it's going to be a real valuable resource for coaches and for players in our region here.
Awesome. Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it.
For more highlights, visit our website, 519sportsonline.ca. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.